Hello there. Nice to see you again. I think I'm going to begin to think now about the incarnation, which we are going to celebrate at Christmas. The incredibly mysterious thing that happened when Jesus became man, when the Son of God, the Word, the creative Word, there in the beginning, limited himself and became a human being. It's one of the great mysteries of our faith, and it's something that perhaps we get used to, but it's good to think about it, to think about what it meant for Jesus to actually become a baby, become completely helpless, powerless, at the mercy of anybody and everybody. What it was for God to become that. It's a great mystery. And the most profound passage for me is the passage that is traditionally always read immediately after midnight on Christmas Day at the midnight services, if you ever do attend them or you get the chance to attend them. It is that great passage from the beginning of John's Gospel. But the phrase I want to think about now is in verse 4, in him, that is Jesus, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The life of Jesus, everything he did and said, every action, every attitude, every way about him, shed light into the lives of people round about him. This is a great mystery that John does his utmost to show us what it meant and how it worked out. But this is very profound, that the life that was in Jesus was unique. It was the life that was the source of all life. It was the creative life force of God. And that life was the light of men. That life was the light of men. And we see in the life of Jesus repeatedly that he said that he and the Father were one. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And he taught what God was like. He demonstrated. He was the living representation of God the Father. As Paul describes it, in Christ the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily. That's in Colossians 2:9. The whole of the deity of God was living in a human being. It's almost mind-blowing. And through the ages, people have tried to express this in the carols that have been written and in the poems that have been written, in the stories that have been written around Christmas, to show the amazing truth of this almost indescribable event that happened. And then the mystery is that the very world that he created didn't recognize him. They rejected him. And this is, I just can't imagine, try as I might, I can't imagine how much it hurt God that his own created creatures rejected his love and rejected Jesus. And John tries to express it in words, but these things you can't express in words. In Advent, we wait for his coming. We spend time thinking about what it meant for him, how the world was prepared for him to come to, and how ready it was, and how everything was planned to the last detail of this invasion of earth by heaven when Jesus came down. The angels with their mission to various people to tell them what their role was to be, the announcing of the birth, the arrangement of the census to get the birth in the right place that had been foretold in the Old Testament. God oversaw it all so that everything fulfilled what he had told the prophets before time would happen. And Jesus fulfilled everything. And the gospel writers are amazed at how frequently they had to say, this fulfilled what was said by the prophet Isaiah or Jeremiah or Daniel or whoever, because God had planned it so perfectly and had designed it, and Jesus is his final word. That's what the beginning of Hebrews 1 says, that God had spoken through his prophets and his final word was through his Son. And Jesus told several stories about landowners and people who looked after the land for an owner who was absent, and stewards were sent, and finally the Son was sent to get what was rightfully the owner's, and they rejected the Son. Jesus is the final word from God to this earth. There will be no other word. There's no word more superior than Jesus. So this phrase to meditate on today, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. Think about the life of Jesus and the things that he did. Think about some of the events that happened and the things he said to people. Everything he said and did shed light into a very dark world. Have a great day. Enjoy your thinking about the light in our dark, dark winter days. Think about the light that Jesus came to bring to this world. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.